All right, here's one that makes me laugh a lot. So there's the pre-trib rapture that says that we're going to go to heaven and be caught up before tribulation. Then there's the correct interpretation or understanding of the Bible, and that's after tribulation, the rapture is happening. But for those who believe a pre-trib rapture, they have to show you in the Bible where the rapture is, right? So this is so funny. This is where they chose to pick the rapture for the pre-trib. In Revelation chapter 4:1, it says, "After this I looked, and behold, a door was opened in heaven. And the first voice which I heard was as it were of a trumpet talking with me, which said, Come up hither, and I'll show you things which must be hereafter." So that's the rapture. That is their rapture for the pre-trib. When you say, show me the rapture in Revelation, if they're dispensational, if they're pre-trib, they're going to take you to Revelation 4:1, and it says, come up hither. And it says in Revelation 4:2, and immediately I was in the Spirit, and behold, a throne was in heaven, and one sat on the throne. So does it sound like every believer everywhere is getting raptured up, which raptured means caught away? Or does it sound like one person? This is John. The issue I have with this, even though it's so retarded, if you could get past the retarded nation of this, it says in Revelation 4:2, it says, immediately I was in the Spirit. It says in spirit. Well, the rapture that I believe in is the resurrection, is the resurrection of Jesus Christ. And the resurrection of Jesus is a bodily resurrection. Jesus was risen from the dead bodily. He made it a point to prove that, hey, this is me bodily. And he had people put his hands inside of him. He ate some fish to prove that he was not a spirit and that he was indeed body. So we believe, like manner, the Lord has ascended into heaven. He's going to return, and then he's going to bring us with him, and we're going to be transferred in a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, which means it's like we're not going to ascend up spiritually, but we're going to be changed bodily. So 1 Corinthians chapter 15, if you want to know more about this, go to 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 51. It says, behold, I show you a mystery. We shall not all sleep, but we shall be changed. Talking about the resurrection. That those who are asleep, their spirit went with Jesus. So when you die, and before the resurrection, when you die and you've been born again, your spirit goes to be with the Lord. The Bible says to be absent from the body, to be present from the Lord. But your body, your body is going to see corruption. Your corpse is going to be in the ground. The Bible says where the carcasses are, the eagles have gathered. They're talking about the eagles being the angels, and our carcasses being us, dead in the ground. We're going to be carried away by the angels. So, for it says, this corruptible must put on incorruption, and this mortal must put on immortality. I don't know if I read verse 52, so I'll read it again. In a moment, in the twinkle of an eye, at the last trump, the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed. So, pertaining to a resurrection, before you go to heaven, before the rapture, you are changed in a moment, in a twinkling of an eye. That's not saying that the rapture is in a moment, that poof, you're gone, like the Left Behind series says, but it says that your body is changed in a moment, in a twinkling of an eye. It's that quick. You have this glorified body, an angel who will be with you to assist you to heaven and carry you to heaven. The Bible says that Lazarus was carried into heaven by the angels to Abraham's bosom in heaven. Abraham's bosom's not a holding place. That's another false doctrine. So we're carried away by the angels, which are referred to as the eagles, and It's our bodily resurrection. So if you're pre-trib, explain to me why you believe chapter 4 is the resurrection when it says spirit and it's one guy and is one guy and he's in spirit. You're you're teaching a false doctrine, and don't tell me you don't know you are. And I feel like they teach this doctrine to give an answer to someone, because people to satisfy their own conscience and to satisfy anyone. But it's just so confusing. Those who haven't read the Bible just won't get that, and they're like, "Oh, I guess the pastor says." And those that have we think you're retarded. So you just look an idiot. You look so stupid, and it's what do you call it? Scholarly dishonest. It's dishonest scholar. To think that we're so dumb, that the people sitting in your pew are so stupid that we can't figure that out, is insulting. You don't need to go to Bible college to figure that out, bro. You don't need to, do a bunch of learning. You can actually probably read it one time and understand, if you're saved, that that's not the rapture. And you need to, get right with God. You need to teach the right things and man up. If you've been teaching the pre-trib rapture for years, you need to confess that you don't believe the pre-trib. You need to confess that as the post-trib. You need to confess that at least that chapter 4 is not the resurrection, and you're lying.